Welcome back to Explaining Everything, the channel where we dive into the stories and mysteries behind everyday things. Today's question comes from one of our curious viewers, Shirley, UGest6991. Thanks for the suggestion, Shirley. You asked, what is the process of making raisins? One moment you're eating a plump, juicy grape, and the next you're popping a tiny wrinkled raisin into your mouth like it's nature's retired fruit. So what actually happens between grape and raisin? How does it go from red carpet fresh to I've seen some things? Let's unravel the wrinkly journey of raisins right here on Explaining Everything. Let's start at the beginning, with grapes, the innocent prequel to the raisin drama. Raisins don't just come from any grape. No one's just tossing random grapes into the sun and hoping for the best. Usually, they're made from specific varieties, like Thompson seedless, which is basically the grape MVP. These grapes are sweet, smallish, and seedless, perfect for drying, and even more perfect for not cracking your tooth mid-snack. So you've got your grapes. They're hanging out in vineyards, living their best lives, soaking in sunlight, being hydrated, fresh, and unwrinkled. And then, well, the raisin gods say, it's time. The most old-school classic method? Good old sun drying. Yes, raisins are quite literally just grapes that got really sunburnt. After harvesting, farmers lay the grapes out on paper trays between vineyard rows, like little fruit tanning beds. For about 2 to 3 weeks, they just chill under the sun, or, well, dehydrate under it. As the days pass, water evaporates, sugars concentrate, and the skin starts wrinkling like a raisin version of before and after finals week. Now here's the catch. Drying grapes is a bit like trying to tan without getting crispy. Too much heat? You'll fry 'em. Not enough? You'll get mold. So timing and weather matter a lot. One rogue thunderstorm and your future raisins are toast or soup. By the end of it, the grapes have lost about 80% of their water, shrunk dramatically, and now resemble something your fingers look like after a long bath. Ever notice how some raisins are golden and some look like little brown meteors? That's not just lighting. There's a whole different process going on for those fancy yellow guys. Golden raisins are usually oven-dried, but first they're treated with sulfur dioxide. Why? Because sulfur dioxide stops them from turning brown and helps preserve that light, golden color. Think of it like skincare, but for grapes. Then they're tossed into giant dehydrators where warm air blows through them in a controlled, spa-like environment. The result? Smooth, golden, less wrinkled raisins that look like they moisturize. So yeah, regular raisins are sun-baked rebels, and golden raisins are the pampered cousins that went to private school. All right, so now you've got raisins. But just because they look like raisins doesn't mean they're ready to join a cereal box yet. There's a whole post-dehydration makeover ahead. First up, cleaning. Because when you've been lying in a field or tumbling around a dryer, chances are you've picked up some dust, leaves, the occasional spider, and maybe a little vineyard gossip. Raisins go through a washing process where they get a nice bubble bath. Okay, not really bubbles. And then they're dried again, because raisins are apparently never dry enough. Then comes sorting. Machines and sometimes even human hands sort them by size, color, texture, and whether they have a weird attitude. Weird ones are rejected. The perfect, smooth, shiny ones make the cut. It's like America's next top raisin. Finally, it's packaging time. Once the raisins have passed their background checks, they're sent into the final stage of the process, getting boxed, bagged, or tossed into those tiny raisin boxes we all got in our lunch boxes and never traded. Some companies add a light bit of oil, like glycerin or sunflower oil, to prevent clumping, because let's face it, no one wants a raisin brick. After that, they're sealed up, labeled, and shipped out to stores, bakeries, oatmeal fans, and people who pretend they don't immediately eat the whole box. From grape to snack, it's a journey full of dehydration, sun exposure, rejection, and packaging. Basically, it's Hollywood, but tastier. It's the tale of a fruit that went out into the sun, got dramatically dehydrated, got a bath, passed a job interview, and made it into your snack drawer. Whether they're sun-dried, oven-dried, or given the golden spa treatment, raisins are really just grapes that survived. They've been through a glowdown and somehow made it work. So next time you pop one into your mouth, give it a little nod of respect. That tiny, wrinkled fruit used to be smooth, sweet, and soft, and now it's chewy, sugary, and full of flavor. A true transformation. If you liked this journey and sacrifice of those plump grapes, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and if you ever find a raisin that looks suspiciously like your grandpa, don't panic. Just eat it, probably. Also, if you have suggestions for our next video, feel free to share them in the comments below. We'll be sure to give you an acknowledgement for your contribution. Thank you for tuning in, and join us next time here in the channel that answers all the why, what, who, where, and how questions you've always wondered about, here on Explaining Everything.